I will be presenting to you the importance of Harlow's monkey experiments. First, it's important for us to look at a little bit of background information on the experiment. So, Dr. Harry Harlow conducted the experiment. He was an American psychologist and he was the former president of the APA. He graduated in 1930 from Stanford University, and as you know, with the Stanford prison experiment, there might be a little shady stuff going on in Stanford. And he was assisted by Dr. Robert Zimmerman. He was a graduate student from the University of Wisconsin, and he helped Harlow conduct the experiment. He also developed the open field test room that was used during the experiment to test monkeys in an unfamiliar environment. This is a picture of a monkey inside of the open field test room. And the monkeys were specifically tested inside of the University of Wisconsin. They were specifically rhesus monkeys. And fun fact, the reason that they use rhesus monkeys is because they share 94% of their DNA with humans. And this makes them biologically similar to humans, which makes the information that is received from the study comparable to humans without having to actually go out of the way and test on human babies, which would be extremely unethical. This experiment proved to be important as it explored the concept of nature versus nurture. Nature being the innate actions that the monkey is taking in order to fulfill a need, such as the monkey going to the wired mother in order to get its fulfillment of food. While nurture is the love and the care that the monkey is being given, and that is being found with the cloth mother in this experiment. It also looks at the psychosocial and cognitive development in relation to the aspect of love. This monkey is creating a love for the cloth mother and an attachment to this cloth mother, and it is performing better in social situations than monkeys that were not given the same attachment to the cloth mother. It is also looking at the way that this monkey's brain develops over time and the memories that are created of this cloth mother. The monkey is known to return and still have the same bond with the cloth mother even after 6 months of being removed from the situation with the cloth mother and being inside of an isolated situation. It also looks at the developmental psychology and the behavioral science. Dr. Harlow looked at the way that these monkeys developed and the specific imprinting period that is known as the crucial time period in which these monkeys were able to be removed from their biological mother and then introduced to the cloth mother in order to create an attachment. And Harlow found that after 90 days, the monkeys were no longer able to create the same attachment with the mother. So when looking at this, it is important for us to compare it to human babies when they are being given up for adoption. If they do not find that forever home within 90 days of being put up for adoption and leaving their former home, they're not going to have the chance of being able to create the same attachment as they are if they were still living with their biological mother. It also looks at the way these monkeys behave in certain situations, such as inside of the open testing room. The monkeys that have a strong bond with the cloth mother have a lot better performance when they are put into uncomfortable situations, such as the stimulus that was created in order to scare them, such as a machine that had light up eyes and it shook around and it made noise, such as to scare the baby monkeys. But the monkeys that had a attachment with the cloth mother always were a lot more comfortable and showed a lot more confidence when they were going up and trying to face their fear of the created stimulus. A fun fact is that Harlow's findings were published in a CBS documentary, and they were also published by the APA in the form of a research paper. So back in 1959, when this experiment and the video of this experiment was published on CBS, it was very similar. It was your Friday night. Everybody's staying up to watch this. Coming on at 10 o'clock, let's see it. The same situation as Gayle King's interview with R. Kelly. What did Harlow discover? Harlow first hypothesized that if an infant's attachment was primarily based on feeding, then the monkey would form an attachment with whichever surrogate mother had the bottle. Some of these monkeys were exposed to a mother that was clothed and it had a feeding bottle, while the other monkeys were given a wired mother with a surrogate bottle. But each monkey had both mothers, just the bottles were swapped out. Harlow's research revealed that the baby monkeys were dependent on the cloth mother for feelings of security and love, which was essential in the proper development of the monkey's demeanor and the behavior of the monkey in social situations. While the studies he conducted on the monkeys would prove the importance of the bonds that were created between the monkey, such as parent and child, and the importance of the material love and touch that the monkeys found inside of the cloth mother. That was something they couldn't find in the wired mother, even though the wired mother in cases had a bottle for feeding and nourishment. Despite the nourishment the wired monkey's mother provided, they always preferred the cloth mother, sometimes spending up to 18, 19 hours a day with the cloth mother, while spending less than an hour with the wired mother, even though it had the food that it needed to survive. They always looked to find that cloth mother, as shown with this monkey in this experiment. Today, many people look down on Harry Harlow as a bad guy who was emotionless and unethical in his procedures, as well as cruel to the monkeys. But Harry Harlow performed these experiments in order to get better research and to dive deeper for the common good of science and to learn more about the connection of love between humans and their counterparts. And he himself said, "So far as love or affection is concerned, psychologists have failed in their mission. The little we know about love does not transcend simple observation, and the little we write about it has been written better by poets and novelists." He himself was trying to get better information and to do something that nobody has ever done before, and to dive deeper and to use curiosity to drive his findings. And if people are going to hate on him for that, I don't know what to say, We learned about this topic in class while reading Module 48, Infancy and Childhood Social Development. I also found other information and also rewatched the full video that was put out by CBS called Mother Love. Another fun fact to close off the PowerPoint presentation: Harlow's experiments took place in the 1950s, while the APA first published its ethical guidelines in 1953. And since then, they have added amendments, but at the time, everything Harlow did in his experiments were considered ethical by the APA.
I really need an A.